Welcome to another episode of the I Am Tim Evans Show, where motivation meets momentum. And today I'm back again with my brother, man. How you feeling today, brother?
Good, man. Feeling real good.
Yes, sir. Look, man, we got the new year approaching, bro. How you feeling about that?
Feeling good, man. New possibilities.
New possibilities.
Definitely.
Yeah, new
man.
year, new you.
I ain't gonna say new me. I'm gonna say new year. Better improved.
Better improved. Okay.
Better improved.
This is like the Chevy 2.0.
2.0, something like that.
2.0.
Yeah,
Okay.
the remix.
The remix.
Yeah.
Gotta hit him with the remix.
Gotta hit him with it.
Chicka. Remix. Hey, what was that? Was that a who did that? Was that like that Welvin the Great or something like that?
What, the Wicked remix?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? It was a joint like back in the day on Instagram or something like that. It was like remix. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Say we invented the remix, but it's Puff Daddy.
Sketch your ground right there. We ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no baby oil in here.
Hell nah.
We ain't got no baby oil in here. Ain't no take that's going on.
Nah, ain't nobody taking nothing.
Ain't taking nothing. Nah, man, I'm excited about the new year though, man. But for real, you know, for me, I'm always trying to improve and do something different, do something better. It's just so happened that we at the end of the year, so we got to tie that into, hey, next year, this is what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? But what you got any major plans for the year?
Major plans? Just trying to, man, for real for next year, I want to live.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's a difference between existing and living. And I feel like, you know, for a long time, I've just been existing.
Yeah.
And then finally coming into my momentum, you know, changing my mindset with things and just, you know, really becoming who I want to be and learning who I am. I feel like now with the mindset I have and the knowledge I have, like I can move that forward and I can really live now versus existing.
Yeah, for real. You know, something you used to say a while ago, man, is are you barbecue or you mildew?
Yeah, you gonna barbecue, you gonna mildew.
Yeah.
I got so my homeboys did.
What that mean?
Huh?
What does that mean?
Is you gonna make something happen or you gonna stay there and just, you know, do nothing?
Do nothing.
Yeah, you gonna barbecue or mildew.
Right, yeah. You know something that I always say too, because you know you always, when you see somebody and you ask them like, hey man, what you been up to? What you doing? They always got the same answer. Man, just working. You know what I'm saying? Or man, just getting by, or taking it one day at a time.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm big on watching my words and what I say. I never say that now. Like at one point I used to say that, man, just working. You know, just doing what I'm doing or something like that. But now I'm just like getting to it. Like somebody asked me, hey, how you been? What you been up to? Just getting to it, making it happen, making the world a better place, taking the world over. I say something like that. You know what I mean? I think it's important that we watch what we say and how we say things, because that's what's gonna dictate our life.
True.
For real.
I think just working like a generic response though, because it's like, you know, that's almost a question somebody asks, how you been? They don't really care, or like what you been up to, you know.
Yeah.
Or you were supposed to ask you what you been up to. They're like, man, I've been trying to build a deck on my house. And I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm just asking you to be, you know, kind.
Yeah.
Or what I'm saying,
you know,
like generic.
The other crazy thing too is, you know, sometimes this ain't even trying to be mean, but you ask somebody how they doing,
and they really tell you how they been doing,
bro. They tell you like everything. Well, my grandma just passed, my dog died, my cat ran away, and I'm just like, dang, I wasn't ready for you to unload on me like that. Like
don't give me this.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey, you get what you ask for. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you gotta watch what you ask for, or watch how you ask people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With that. So, going into the new year, we talking about we gonna barbecue. We ain't gonna mildew. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be out here. We're gonna make it happen. I think it's important that we have people that we talk to. Like me and you talk about this all the time. But I think it's important to have people that you talk to that can hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? So. But me and you been like this for years. Like we'll text each other the craziest things, but we'll also like text each other some motivational things to keep each other going, or some inspirational things. You know, it might be some crazy jewelry, a fly car or whatever. But you need people like that to keep your mind going and keep you motivated, keep you pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's important when it comes to going after a goal or changing how you gonna be or whatever it is you decide to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have people in your corner that want to see you win and want to see you do good and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's super important. But with going into this year, what's the mindset, but what you gonna do different? Like to live. You say you want to live. So what is that? What you doing differently to make sure that you do that?
And you know, I want to touch back on something you said at first. You was like, is it a new me?
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's a new me because my foundation's still the same. Like my character, morals,
Yeah.
Christmas, all that foundation the same.
Yep.
We just renovating the building.
Okay.
You know, and
Renovation.
like you said, renovating the building. It's just, man, like I saw something. Like one of the things I did a little vision board with my cousin and one of my friends or whatever. And one of the things I want to do is expand my comfort zone.
Okay.
Or whatever. So with expanding my comfort zone, it's just stepping out, doing different things that I normally wouldn't do. Like the new year or whatever for me is just like trying new things. Just going to a wine festival or going somewhere I've never been before, just seeing how it is. Because really you never know what you like or don't like if you don't at least try it.
Right.
Or, you know, go just be in the atmosphere of it and see what you can take away from it.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
It's a whole world of possibilities out there of things that we don't know nothing about.
Yeah, very true.
You know?
Very
so,
true.
yeah, I just want to try to learn more, travel. You know, like my big thing next year is traveling. Each month, I want to take a trip somewhere different, whether it be somewhere small, whether it be just to the beach or like the Raleigh, you know, somewhere. But just actually get out and just put myself in different spaces.
Right. Yeah. Even if it's somewhere that you've been before, there's nothing wrong with going back there.
No, definitely not.
Because for me, like, I'm a person that kind of sometimes I got to do things twice. Mm-hmm. Like the first time, I'm just putting my feet in the water. I got to test it out. Yeah. The second time, I can really have fun. You know what I mean? Because I know what to expect. I know where to go. I might have seen something last time that I'm like, okay, I remember that this was here. Mm-hmm. Now, next time I go back, now I'm going to go and really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Too, what to do with that is, if you'll talk to somebody, be like, oh, you been on trips lately? Be like, well, I've been to such and such. And then they'll be like, oh, well, you should have tried such and such or such and such. Now I got a whole new list of stuff
that I got to do when I go out there. I got to do
when I go out there because somebody done gave me something I ain't know.
Right.
You know,
Right. And then, you know, also, the world is huge, man. So, and there's so many different places out here that we can go, so many different things that we can do, so many different experiences we can have, and we limit ourselves when we don't do that. You know what I mean? And then how you, like, that's what creates the small-mindedness. You know, that creates limits. Mm-hmm. Like, there's things that we don't even know that we can do because we ain't never tried.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what's the worst that can happen? Like, you don't like it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the worst that can happen.
Yeah,
you go somewhere, you don't like it, you turn around, go back home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then at least you know what you don't like. Mm-hmm. And in hindsight, that also showed you what you do like. Yeah. You done did some stuff that you didn't like. Like, I don't like that, so I know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that's major. So, have you been doing, so outside of like traveling to make sure that you live, have you been doing anything different? Like going into it? You know what I mean? Like, so for me, I'll talk about myself for a second. Writing some things down. I got to a point to where I'm like, man, life is real good. I'm feeling real good. I feel like I'm who I always wanted to be. And I had to stop and think about it for a second. I was like, dang, what that mean? I think I had a conversation with you about that a couple times. But I'm like, dang, I feel like I'm who I always wanted to be. But I had to realize that what that was I had written some stuff down that I wanted to accomplish, and I had accomplished it. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I really am who I wanted to be because the things that I wrote down, I accomplished and I did, right? I checked them off. So now it's like, okay, Tim, now you got to rewrite some things. Now you got to write some other things to go after them. You know what I'm saying? It's all about who you become, I feel like, or who you trying to be. And then once you become that, now you got to elevate that again.
Yeah, most like what we talking about, like planting the seeds so that they grow. Yeah. Because writing it down is really just planting the seed.
Yeah, for sure.
Or whatever, because if you write it down, you know, you make steps where you're supposed to make steps to try to, you know, advance and move ahead.
And see, that go back to the new year, new me. Not dissing anybody, but a lot of people always say that. New year, new me. And then they end up doing the same thing over and over again. And it's like, hey, man, we getting tired of hearing y'all say new year, new me. And y'all, it's the same you.
Well, I don't really think with the new year, new me shit, I don't really think a lot of people, I know in general, a lot of people don't plan.
Yeah.
A lot of people just say they want to do stuff, but don't put a plan in motion of how to do it. Yeah. And I was always told if you fail to plan,
you plan to fail. Yeah.
So it's like you gotta have more than just an idea. The idea is cool, but what follows the idea? Like what plays do you put in line to make the idea happen?
Yeah.
And that was something, you know, that from talking to you, you know, we've been planting seeds,
Right.
and stuff like that. But like with you, like really writing it down, putting it on paper, really seeing it so you can visualize it. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
So, that's one of the things like with I think was cool about the little board or whatever, you put things on that you want to accomplish it. You can look at it and see, and
it's
then,
right in front of you.
Yeah, and then you can be like, okay, well, what steps I done took
to get
to
get that.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing too that people do, and even for myself, I've done this before, is I'll say I want something, but I don't really want it. You know what I mean? I just like the sound of it. It's like, oh, I want this car or whatever. And it's like, I never make the steps to go towards it because I'm cool if I don't get it. You know what I mean? And I guess that go back to, childhood things or whatever. But, you go through experiences in life and you go through things and you're like, all right, cool. I know how to make do with what I have, right? So then when you try to go for more or whatever, you ain't really pressed on it because it's like, well, I'm good with what I got. You know what I mean? It's not something that's I'm all the way trying to get. You know what I mean? So we make a decision on something, but we ain't really like wholeheartedly say, yeah, we want it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. People say they want things. They just saying it just to say it because it sounds nice or it's something that they wouldn't mind having, but it's not something that they really, 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 really want. And when you find something that you really, really, really want, then you're going to really go after it. You know what I mean? When you make that wholehearted decision, like, this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's levels to it, though.
I don't think people realize that a lot of things that come with that is to change anything that you're doing in any way, you have to change your mindset and your thought process towards that thing.
Yeah.
And dog, it's hard to change your mindset and thought process, towards, and you really have to want to change your mindset to something because it's your natural nature to just revert back
to what you were doing.
To what you've been doing. Yeah.
And you got to be open-minded and I don't, accountable is not the word. You got to be open-minded, but you also got to be truthful with yourself that you may have limits on yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That sometimes we'll say that we want something, or want to do something, but we don't believe that we can do it. You know what I mean? That's where you got those limiting beliefs and that self-doubt about something. So for example, like, I know you've been in the gym clearly, you know what I mean? And been working on your fitness and your health, but if to yourself you felt like you couldn't do it, it would go out the window. You know what I'm saying? And that happens to people every day. They have those limiting beliefs. They got self-doubt. They don't believe in themselves that they can make something happen or that they could do whatever it is they want to do. And then they don't do it. They'll just say they want to do it and then they'll leave it there. You know what I mean? Or they surround themselves with people that's negative.
Yeah, and one of the things with the whole weight loss thing you're talking about is something I'm getting into now. With that, or pretty much other things, you got to fall in love with the process of it.
Yeah.
So it's like finding different things to make you want to keep going to get your goal. Because for real, if your goal is just what you're looking forward to, when things happen in between it that throw you off a little bit, it kind of make you want to be like, well, this ain't that important, or I can, But if you actually fall in love, if I fall in love with the process of going to the gym and the process of eating right and make it just like a second nature to me, then it's all going to work hand in hand, and it has to work.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
so
it's gotta work.
Realistically, what it is you got to find your why. Like, why are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what's going to kick in. So we say this all the time, and we talk about it at the gym a lot, is discipline over motivation. So we always going to be motivated to do something when it's a fresh idea, when we first start doing it. But then after a while, it's going to kind of fade away. And that's where the discipline comes in. So what's going to help you be disciplined is why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to help you fall in love with the process, because you're going to be like, all right, I want to get healthy, to whether it's fit clothes a different way or dress a certain way or, have a better, healthier lifestyle, get off blood pressure medication, whatever the case may be, whatever your why is, that's what's going to help you stay motivated and stay disciplined when it comes to that goal and help you reach it. So that's what I think.
I call it gotta versus want, if that makes sense. To where it's like, say you doing it, and it's like, man, I gotta go to the gym today.
Okay.
But if you're doing it like, man, I want to go to the gym today.
Okay, yeah.
Or I gotta go to work tomorrow.
And
I want to go to work tomorrow. It's gotta versus want, because like when you was on the live yesterday or whatever, I had laid in the bed to take a nap or whatever, and it was like your thing had popped up. It was like Tim Evans invites to a TikTok joint.
Yeah.
I just clicked on it, and y'all was in there, whatever. I could have clicked back off and been like, I'm going to sleep.
Yep.
I stayed on and put a couple comments.
Yep.
And you was like, bring yourself up here.
Yep.
I could have been like, man, I'm in the bed for a nap. Nah, I got up and I came up there. So it's a want. It's becoming a want versus something you feel like you gotta do. You gotta do this to get healthy. No, I want to do this to get healthy. So it gives me a different motivation.
Yeah. And again, because that's something that you want to do, not something that somebody told you should do, right? Because when somebody tell you to do something, that's when that gotta come in. Like, man, I gotta go to work, right?
Yeah.
Because somebody's telling you or something's telling you to go do that for whatever reason. Whereas if it's something that you want to do, like you said, I want to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that's important. So let's see, you gotta you make the decision on what you want, right? You get rid of those self-doubts, right? Because I've been talking about this lately, going into the new year. I've been having a lot of conversations with people about what their goals are, what they're trying to accomplish, and how to best do it, right? So I always tell them you got to get rid of the limiting beliefs, get rid of the self-doubt, writing it down like you talked about, writing it down. But also, man, you got to break the goals down because we talk about that a lot too, having a huge goal of whatever. I want to live more. And it's like, all right, well, what does that look like? What does living more look like? Then you got to break that down, taking more trips. I don't know, hanging out with friends more. Going to different restaurants, like things like that, like breaking it down.
It can look so many. It can look like sacrifices. To live more. Like my thing is buying shoes.
Right.
Going out traveling and stuff. Do I want to spend $250 for this pair of shoes, or take that $250 for a plane ticket to go somewhere?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a bunch of different things that break down into.
Yeah. And then that goes to perspective too, because you'll talk to somebody and you'll say, "Man, I went to Miami," right? And they be like, "Oh, I can't do nothing with you. You went to Miami," and it's like, man, that really didn't cost that much.
Nah.
You know what I mean? You got on. I've seen 2 pair of shoes, not you in particular, but I'm saying I've seen you wear 2 new pair of shoes within this last month that I know you spent $450 on. You could have bought a plane ticket and went to Miami.
You could have.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about, but it's about the perspective, and we all got choices that we got to make too. So that's on whoever that is.
Yeah. But too, with that, people say that stuff, but people don't even look into things. So many people you'll go somewhere. I went on a cruise one time, and someone's like, "Oh man, I can't go on no cruise, man. Them things expensive." I'm like, "Cruise $400."
Yeah,
it won't even expensive. But and then you have, if you know you want to do, say, if you know you want to go on a cruise, say your birthday in August,
right?
And you want to go on a cruise, January, just start setting a little something to the side, man. If that's really something you want to do, you take steps like we talking about to make it happen. But then people don't realize, man, a lot of these things, you can pay on these things.
Yeah.
These things have payment options and all kind of stuff. When I was sitting this morning at the thing, I was looking at cruises. A 3-day cruise out of Miami to the Bahamas, $249.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Cheap. But again, you don't look into it. You just, and then it goes back to gotta versus want, or making a decision on what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because if it's something that you really want to do, you're going to look into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But sometimes people just say it just to sound like, "Hey man, what you got going on? What you doing?" "Man, I'm trying to take a couple trips this year." "Where you trying to go?" "Man, I'm trying to go to the Bahamas." Right? They just saying it just to say it.
Yeah.
They ain't never even look into it
to do it or nothing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and then, again, we're going to go back to, you got to be wary. You got to be wary of the people you're around. You know what I mean? Because some people be Debbie Downers, man. You say something, "Man, I'm trying to live more." What you mean by live? "I'm trying to go here, go there." "Oh, I went there, wasn't that great?" Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people say the most negative things, or, "Man, how you gonna do that? That's expensive." And it's, don't come talking to me about that. If I tell you I want to do something, don't talk to me about how much it costs.
Don't tell me nothing like that.
Don't talk to me about how much it costs. I ain't ask you how much it costs. You know what I mean? And my pockets ain't your pockets.
Or ask you why you want to do that. Why you want to go?
Dog.
Why you want to go to Bahamas? Because I want to.
Because I want to.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. Yeah, you're right.
You're right. It couldn't be.
Couldn't be you. Couldn't be you.
Man, and that's one thing. Like, you learn too. Like, with the people around you, something you want to do is something you want to do.
Yup.
It don't have to be something other people around you want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't shorten your experiences with things based on the people around you because they don't want to experience the things that you want to. Then you, in turn, living your life for them. When they not living theirs for you.
Exactly. And then that go back to, we was having a conversation about this too not too long ago, about ideas that you want to put in play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You might have a business you want to start or something you want to look into, and we wait for people to jump on board with what we want to do before we do it.
Yeah.
And then they dream ain't gonna be your dream. You know what I'm saying? And then it's something that you want to do. They ain't gonna take it as serious as you gonna take it. So then you're gonna be upset about it anyway in the long run. So you holding yourself back for other people.
Yeah.
And they ain't even trying, they mildewing. You trying to barbecue and you hanging with people that's trying to mildew. How that gonna work?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna work at all. They ain't gonna do nothing but hold you back. You know what I mean? You can't fly with dead weight. Keep saying that.
What is the reason you think people put those limits on themselves?
Man, I think people do it without even realizing it. To be honest with you, so it's a couple different things. I think people do it without realizing it. I think people do it because they're afraid, right? They're afraid of failure or afraid of success. That's the actual thing. To be afraid to actually accomplish something. Because I know what it's like to be where I'm at now. I don't know what it's like to be elevated and be at the higher level. You know what I mean? So it's unfamiliar territory. So I'm afraid of that for some people. And then it's again who you surrounded by. You know what I mean? Some people are surrounded by people who put those negative things on them, that put their shortcomings and downfalls on them. So it's like, we're gonna go back to talking about the gym. You know, I went to the gym for 3 months and I ain't lose no weight. You wasting your time. What? Like, that's you. I don't even know what you don't know what you was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't the same. My work ethic is not yours.
It's
like
not yours, yeah.
It makes no sense. I think that's what a lot of it is. You know what I'm saying? What about you though? What you think? Why you think people do that?
I think it comes from your surroundings. Like you said, the people around you, even growing up sometimes, parents put limitations on you and you don't even realize you know that, or you see things coming up and but that go back to what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes you don't think you can do things because the people around you have never done the things. But not even to people you hang around. Like, say you from Farmville, from this area. Nobody from Farmville has ever done A, B, and C, so you don't think A, B, and C is possible for you to do because nobody from this area has ever done it before. Right.
Yeah. Right. And then that means that you gotta go out here and experience stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta go travel because the world is huge. You know what I mean? You go next state over, you go to Carolina, it's somebody that done did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something you might see something out there that inspire you. And that's another reason why I'm big on traveling and going things too, because I might see something that inspire me to do something else. You know what I mean? Like, of course, we talk about this like in Atlanta or whatever, and seeing how lit it is out there or whatever they got going on. It's like, man, I could take that idea that I seen down there or in Memphis and bring it back home because it ain't there. But I would have never got that idea if I would never have traveled and went out to experience things. And that could be anywhere, California, Wyoming, wherever. You know what I mean? So you got to get out. Most definitely got to get out. But that also go back to, we got to use the internet for other purposes besides entertainment, right? Because you can get online and see some stuff that give you an idea. You know what I'm saying? You can get online and see some stuff that's possible that you don't see in your area.
Yeah.
Right? So I think we're at a stage now where people are being limited based on choice.
Yeah. And you know, like what you saying about seeing something in Atlanta and bringing it here or something like that. I see it a lot. I guess it's a small town mindset or whatever, but I think in some cases it would be hard to see something in Atlanta and bring it here, or see something somewhere else and bring it here, because of a lot of times you're in areas that are bigger areas. It's more income, so people spend more money.
Yeah.
So sometimes the things that you would want to bring here cost more than what people around here are used to. I'll give you an example. Okay. Like, say a restaurant had opened up around here, whatever. I ain't gonna call the name. A restaurant opened around here and he was selling food. And he was like, man, them plates is like expensive. They like $20 whatever a plate. And I'm like, $20 a plate? You in Richmond or North Carolina, this shit $30 a plate for this. Yeah. Like, this actually a cheap price, but you don't know you getting the deal because
you never been nowhere.
You never been nowhere. So that limits a lot of people and what they want to do too, because people don't know no better than what they
Right.
know. So when you bring something to them and you actually giving them a deal, they don't know
They
it's
don't
a
know.
deal because
But
you never been to it to see how much this shit really costs.
But I'm gonna tell you what else too, though. From a business owner standpoint, an entrepreneur standpoint, at that moment, man, you got to keep pushing because somebody somewhere is gonna pay your price,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you can't expect your. I'm not saying people do this. Well, I know people do this, but you can't expect your friends and your family to be your customer base,
Yeah.
right? And at first, with anything that anybody does, I don't care where you at, it's gonna be popping at first because people are nosy and they want to see what's going on, right?
Mhm.
So they're gonna flood the gates at first, right? Then that's gonna die off. And then after that, then you're gonna start to find your true people. But you gotta keep pushing, man. You gotta keep, so whatever it is that you're trying to do, you gotta keep going, keep pushing, keep plugging away at it, and then you're gonna find your crowd. And you might not even have a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You could be like, look, what I do is whatever business that was, it could be catered to a certain group of people that's gonna come here every week. And then we staying afloat. We keeping it pumping. You know what I mean? And we can create different things that can cater to everybody.
Yeah.
But our main core group is gonna be the people that understand, that have been out. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, okay, we could say for the gym, and we could say whatever our price is, not everybody gonna pay it.
Yeah.
But if you ain't gonna pay it, it ain't for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to chase you down or run you down for it. Like, if it's too much for you, it's just too much. But people gonna pay for what they want.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you're gonna find a way to get what you want with anything. You're gonna find a way to get them shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what people gonna do. You're gonna find a way to take that trip. You know what I mean? So, hey, but people gotta go experience stuff for sure.
Then a lot of times, man, people not gonna support something just because it's you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like who they think they are
Who they think they
doing
are.
this? Or if something is popping, I ain't gonna keep going supporting them, giving them my money, you know.
Right. And it's like, why not?
Yeah, like
You know
you
this
may
person.
you may actually like the service they're providing, but you just don't want that person to come up off of you. I mean, it's
Hey, then again, go to the people that you're surrounded by, right? Not that you got to surround yourself with these people, but just your environment.
Mhm.
People will not support something because they don't want to see you doing better than them.
Yeah.
Or they have this version of you in their head that was in middle school. And it's like, I'm not even the same person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, for me, that ain't never... we've been friends for a long time. Stuff like that never bothered me because I don't be remembering people anyway.
I was about to say, you don't even remember people from middle school anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you sit there and think about it. For somebody to be like, oh, well, they won't like that in high school. No, for me, for you going on, we've been in school 20 years.
Yeah.
Why would you think somebody's still the same from 20 years ago?
Yeah. You know the crazy thing is, somebody could be like that, and let's say, okay, I don't know that this is the case, but I'm gonna use me as an example. Somebody could say something about me, right, and be like, oh man, he was like this in school or like that in school, right, or and feel that they don't like me currently because of that. Whole time I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Whole time I don't know who they are because I don't be. I never really, not that I didn't pay attention to people or don't pay attention to people, but I've always been somebody just focused on whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it's like I got my blinders on. Whole time you don't like me and I don't even know you.
Yeah. I have no idea who you are.
No idea. Look, you bringing it up to me, asking
I'm
me.
trying to explain to you who somebody is. I have no idea who you're talking about.
No idea who you talk about. Why you keep asking me about this person? I don't know who this. I don't know who this is. I have no idea who this is. That's real stuff though. That happens all the time, man. But again, people have these perceptions of you, and then they don't want to see you win, and then they don't want to support what you got going on, and that's crazy to me. I don't understand why people are like that, but that's how the world goes, man.
I think like that because they don't have nothing going on.
There it is.
Why would you want to support somebody else? I mean, you ain't got nothing for nobody to support.
Hey, I mean, I can't say that though. I don't think.
But from their mindset or whatever.
Yeah, right.
You know, from theirs.
But then again, if I ain't had nothing going on, maybe I'll be the same way. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can't say. I would like to say I wouldn't be, but that's never been me. I've always been somebody that's trying to do something. Anyway, it ain't got to be big, but I'm trying to do something, figure something out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm excited about going into the new year. And again, I'm just excited about life in general. And I think that's what people need to have is a lust for life, dog. Like when you wake up in the morning, it's like, yo, I'm excited to get up. I'm excited to go. I'm excited to live. You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta you got to consider your life living. Like,
Yeah,
do you know how
okay.
many people, like, people actually in life living, but just going through the motions of every day,
Yeah.
not realizing that it is a life that you can live. Like, I think some people get so consumed with what they have going on or working and stuff like that that they don't even see it's a world outside of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, but also sometimes that's not by choice, right? You know what I mean? Because we done both been there. You get so caught up in doing stuff for other people. You get so caught up in uh working and life's troubles that come your way or whatever, and you kind of lose yourself. You kind of forget who you are.
Yeah.
And at that moment, it's like you just going through the motions. You just day to day, and then something will happen, whether it's an event or whether it's somebody talking to you and it kind of shakes you and makes you wake up and you like, oh wait,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I've been in a trance for years or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I know I felt like that for sure. Like I have a moment where I'm like, okay, Tim, you've
Shake
been
back out of
drifting.
this.
Let me
Yeah.
shake out of this. You've been drifting. It's time to get to it. It's time to make something happen. It's time to live your life the way that you want. I'm out here. I'm just trying to have my way with life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm moving for the rest of the year. For the rest of my life, I'm gonna have my way with this thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I want, when I want, how I want.
And you really can.
Oh, yeah.
Once you decide in your mind that that's how you want to move,
Yep.
but with anything, however you put in your mind that you want to move, it's like things align for you to move in that way.
Yeah.
You just gotta really want it.
You gotta really want it.
Like I tell people who I talk to, man, having a good day is just as simple as waking up in the morning and saying, I'm gonna have a good day today.
Yeah.
Because if you wake up in the morning, well, for one thing I ain't never understood is how somebody said he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. How you wake up on the wrong side? How you wake up mad?
Yeah.
How do you wake up mad? You got a chance to see another day.
Yeah.
But you don't woke up mad. So you wake up mad and you bitter or whatever. So if you put it in your mind already, you gonna have a bad day. Things are gonna happen to make your day bad.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see the bad in the things that happen.
Yep.
Because that's just
That's just you.
You wake up, the perception of two things. You wake up in the morning, say you're going to have a good day.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up, say you're going to have a bad day.
Whatever you say is what's
Mm-hmm.
going to happen.
The bad day, stuck in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's always traffic. It's always this and that. I'm going to have a good day. Man, this radio station playing bangers this morning. You know, jamming. It's just, you in the same situations, but your mindset, you know.
Exactly. So this is what I would say. Create a playlist. A music, whatever it is that makes you feel good in the morning, create a routine, a playlist, whatever. So no matter what happens, because I always say this too. You wake up in the morning, you stump your toe, right? You could be mad that you stumped your toe and then carry that throughout the rest of the day, or you can say, dang, I hit my toe, shake it off and keep going and have a good day, right? But if you got a good routine that you following that makes you feel good, not just something that you do every day just because, but something that you intentionally do because you know this sets your day up for you to be good. Even if you hit your toe or wake up on the wrong side of the bed, it's gonna turn up good for you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a playlist that you play in the car, okay, well, shit, I hit my toe this morning, but I got this playlist jamming. Me hitting my toe gone. You know what I'm saying? Then the rest of my day gonna be good. You know, I woke up and I spilled my coffee or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay, whatever. But I'm in the car. I got this playlist jumping. I'm good.
Yeah.
We got to set ourselves up for success. And I think that's what people don't do is we don't set ourselves up. We're not intentional about living a good life.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. So that's what I would say. That's probably one of the best lines that we got to have out of this show right here is we got to be intentional about living a good life.
Got to be.
Yeah, for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
For the rest of the year. Yeah. Shit, you got anything else you want to say to these people before we get up out of here?
I don't know, man. I think we done covered a lot.
We done covered a lot, man. So running it down, man. This year, we gotta be intentional about living a good life. We can't let small-minded people dictate how we move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What else we got?
I got one. Don't be afraid to fail.
Don't be afraid to fail. Yeah.
Don't be afraid to fail, man, because it's a lesson. It's a lesson in the failure.
Yeah.
And the failures make the wins feel so much better.
So much better. So much better. And I don't even like to say I failed. I ain't never said that. You know what I'm saying? Or I ain't never say I took a loss. I just, I learned.
Yeah, I
learned
from
it.
Yeah.
And then, something I heard a while ago was people are afraid to get no's from people. You ask somebody for something, they say no. You ask somebody for help, they say no. You try to go do something, it's a no. No just mean next opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, it's all about the perspectives on how you look at things. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shit, I guess we can wrap this on up now then. Man, look, hopefully everybody have a wonderful year going forward. We got a lot of things coming as far as the show goes, the podcast goes. Hopefully y'all love this content. Until next time, man, we out.